Hey friends, have you ever asked God what you're afraid of? If you have asked him that before, have you heard anything back? Or listened patiently and intently enough to hear something back? I imagine we ask God questions, and I certainly ask God questions related to things that I want or things that I need direction on. But have we asked God what we're afraid of? Now here's why I'm encouraging us to ask God this question. Because where we hold fear is where we also tend to self-protect and self-promote. And this fear usually stems from believing or embracing a lie. And of course we know that lies come only from the enemy. And sometimes that lie is about ourselves. And so believing and embracing that lie takes us away from who we're designed to be, and it can make it harder for us to have faith in or connect with God, if that makes sense. And we may not think that we're embracing any lies, but there may be some patterns that would show otherwise. Maybe you don't feel your value is evident enough, so you have to prove your worth. Maybe you've heard the phrase before, God loves you, but you don't necessarily feel chosen or accepted, so you have to try to get people to choose you. Maybe something unjust has happened to you, so you feel like you can't trust God with your heart, so you have to put guards up to Him and those around you. Maybe you've heard that you can't find contentment in your accomplishments, but you think that at some point you will be able to. Maybe you've had a parental figure or a role model cause you hurt, and it's led you to a fear of rejection, so you have to self-protect. Maybe you've had the thought, God wouldn't like this part of me, and so I'm going to kind of avoid approaching God with that part of me. And this one feels less deep, but I think it's real. Maybe there's a fear of something being removed from you, even a good, worthwhile, productive thing like your job or your skills. But if whatever it is, if by being removed from you would take away from who you are, that's a helpful sign to see that we have a fear surrounding that area. All of these involve a fear of a reality that we don't want, and a reaction of self-protecting or self-promoting in a way that diminishes our trust in God. These areas can be hard to recognize in ourselves, and so it's best to take the approach of King David in Psalm 139, where he says, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Put me to the test and know my anxious thoughts, and see if there is any hurtful way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way." We can pray that. And God is relational and conversational. So ask him questions. God, what am I afraid of? Or God, where am I self-protecting and self-promoting? And then ask him to help you trace back or identify the root offense, hurt, or lie that you're embracing, so that you can invite God into that area and overcome it with truth. It can be helpful to invite God's voice into that area by asking God, what do you think about me? God, you made me, so what do you say about me? What do you say about my situation? When these lies become uncovered, dug out, and filled back in with God's voice of truth, you won't have to self-promote and self-protect in a way that diminishes your ability to connect with God and those around you. Remember, friends, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it.